Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Tonight I have an easy food pantry meal idea which involves some canned or pouch style pork. Now if you have gone to a food pantry in the past or even watched some of my food pantry hauls, you know that once in a while I do get big cans of pork. Well, I want to say last year I was given actually pork in a pouch about so big, and it wasn't actually in with my pantry items downstairs. When I was cleaning out a cupboard up here, actually I found it by accident, and what it was doing up there I don't know. It was really odd that I put it there. So, like, I thought, well, I better use this up, before it goes bad. So this is the pork that I have. It's from Market Street Classics. Again, there are certain brand items that I get from my local food pantry, which are actually really, really good. There is a beef stew that I get. It's in a red pouch. And it is actually really, really, really good. It tastes just as good as Dinty Moore's beef stew. So this is Market Street Classics premium pork with juices. I'm going to put that on a very low temperature. Very, very low, because I have to actually open up my can of sauerkraut, and I'll be adding that into it and just mixing it up, and I'm going to let this simmer, I want to say on low, for probably at least 10-12 minutes. Now I brought it up to a medium temperature, and I'm adding some Himalayan pink salt that I have. And I'm going to be adding some ground black pepper. You definitely want to season this up with a little salt and a little pepper, because it is rather, I want to say, bland without it. Just heat it through good. I'm going to be using some of my Jack and the Beanstalk potato flakes. These are from my food pantry haul last month. I will have a food pantry haul coming up the end of this week, coming up, so don't you worry about that. We'll have a February's food pantry haul. So, I don't freeze mashed potatoes if I freeze any leftover sauerkraut and pork, just simply because it turns gross, and I prefer just, making what I think I'm going to need. So Ronnie and I usually like to have a good amount of potatoes with our sauerkraut and pork, so I'm probably going to go with, I'm thinking, 6 servings. That's more than enough mashed potatoes with this meal. So for that, I'm going to need 2 cups of water and 3 tablespoons of margarine. Next, I'll be adding about 3/4 of a cup of milk. And I will be adding 2 cups of potato flakes. Potatoes are done, and the sauerkraut and the pork has been simmering for a good bit. I added a little bit more pepper to it and a teeny little bit more sea salt to it. And it should be good to go. So let me clear some things off my table and get ready to sit down and eat. And this is what the finished meal looks like. And to me, that looks very yummy. That looks really, really tasty. Tastes good, guys. Tastes good. Nothing wrong with it. It has a really good flavor to it. So, once again, you know, this is a pretty easy meal to prep. You can do it, you know, actually in a hurry. Doesn't take long. Only a few minutes of time to actually make up some minced and mashed potatoes. But aside from that, everything else is just a matter of heating up. Maybe simmering for like 5-10 minutes just for the sauerkraut and the pork to actually like blend the flavors together. A little bit of salt and pepper, and you're good to go. You have a quick meal. And as I said, this pork and sauerkraut freezes well. I've made this before and used it several months later, and it tasted just as good as the night that I actually put some in a container and stuck it in my freezer. So it freezes well. You don't want to freeze mashed potatoes. They always turn icky and yucky, so just make enough that you're going to need for the meal. You have any pork and sauerkraut left, freeze it, put a date on it, and if you're going to make it months down the road for another meal, then just make some new mashed potatoes to go with it. Alright guys, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit my bell so you're notified every time I do upload a new video. Well guys, take care and stay warm, and I will see you all on my next one. Bye.